One of the first things I said 4 or 5 years ago, if Livingston Parish is going to be successful, we have to change our image. And I think overall, we've done that. When you take the LEDC, the Livingston Parish Chamber, Office of Tourism, you put all of those groups together working with the parish, it's a powerful group. And we finally have learned how to pull together and work together. We don't just take our little piece of the pie and go home. Bass Pro is just a prime example. That store has made history in the Bass Pro market already itself. International awards, national awards, store of the year, list goes on and on. If you've been in Bass Pro, it's just a great place to be. Each one of those entities that I just mentioned fought with us for Bass Pro, and we got it. Now, I have said, and I will continue to say, when the economy breaks, I think Bass Pro will end up being one of the smaller projects in this parish. So we've got some pretty good sized projects kind of hovering around waiting on the economy. So when you look at how do we entertain our kids, you look at the waterways. You can be on a waterway here in 30 minutes. You can boat, you can ski, you can do a variety of things on it. You can fish. You can do a bunch of things on the waterways. When you look at the school system, I don't have to tell you about the school system, just take a look around. I mean, their school systems failing all over the country. This one's continuing to do well. Why? We support our schools. We believe in our schools. When you look at law enforcement, we got great law enforcement from our sheriff to all our chief of police. Our crime is low. It's not as it is in surrounding areas. So kind of get your families out of that and get them into a safe haven. When you look at the quality of life, you know, we're in an urban yet still rural setting. There's various places in the parish that you can go that still farming's going on, growing strawberries and tomatoes, and farmers still growing their crops here in the parish. So I think the convenience again of being able to get in and out and go where you want to go and move around, if we can get I-12 done, then I think it'll be easy. So
if you want to go to a place that you can relax and take it easy at the end of a day's work, if you look at all of the developments and the things that the parish has been working on from Denham's, on the I-12 corridor, from the I-12 corridor to here, it's less than 35 minutes. It's a pretty short ride to here to get away from it all and not being jammed up. Particularly what we're doing in the sanctuary, which is where the remaining lots are. The lots are 170 feet wide, and there's a 35-foot buffer between each of the houses. It's left in its natural state that has to remain that way, which means, and then the other feature, which is even better, is that the road is a single loaded road. So there's nothing to be built across the street from where your house is. So basically it's secluded. To tell you the truth, it's everything I hoped it to be when we started. I would guess 85 or 90% of the homes that are here are occupied full-time by residents in the area, or if not, people that's here every weekend. We thought that a lot of it would be retirement people, but we ranged from very young, newly married couples all the way up to retirement, you know, like my age, retired or ready to retire, that area. But a big part of it is people that find that it's easier to come here, less than an hour's drive from New Orleans or Baton Rouge, and it's like coming to your vacation house every day. And that's the allure of living here, and the quietness and the water and you know, just a feel of being part of nature and stuff in the area. But it gives the boating enthusiast any number of activities in the area. There's areas that are ideal for skiing, fishing is good, and some tremendous sightseeing in various areas. I don't know of a parish I could have picked that would have been any more cooperative, any more easier to work with in getting the development going. And I think that because of that, that's why you're seeing the growth that the parish is experiencing now. And that growth on a parish level is what is great for someone like in my position where you're trying to develop and what have you. That increase in activity directly reflects how well things sell here and the way things work.
You know, you look at waterfront properties, you know, we take people all the time that's not been down on our waterways. We had some guys in from Alexander for the Tickfall 200, and they were just blown away. They had never seen such activity on the river, the type homes that are, you can't call them camps anymore. They're beautiful homes. The diversion canal, I mean, as you know, that canal was dug in the 1950s. threw all the spoil up on the bank, and years later somebody comes back, knocks the spoil down, and you got some $1 million homes and just a beautiful, beautiful part of the river. When you look at Bruce's Harbor, it's in a very unique place right there on Blood River and Tick Fall, where they all come together, and Bruce's Harbor is a very great added attraction to the parish. Very uppercut. It's a big operation. It's going to be expanding every day. There's new homes going into Bruce's Harbor as well as having those waterfront lots, and that's what people are moving here for. When you talk about Greystone, that has turned into a great retirement type community. It's kind of close to Baton Rouge, but yet not in Baton Rouge. It has some great nice homes, beautiful homes. They just did a new pool, just did a new reception room and reception hall there. Gone in and add some landscaping. I mean, Greystone has really come a long way. A lot of people talk about Greystone. A lot of people are moving to Greystone. I think that's going to be one of the hottest spots in the parish.
Livingston Parish obviously is the direction of growth for Metro Baton Rouge now that Ascension has kind of peaked, and more importantly, Livingston Parish being on the I-12 corridor, a little bit north of the areas that are more susceptible to hurricane damages, is a place that everybody's starting to recognize as a place you'd want to live, raise your family, or retire. One of the things that we lacked here in the parish was executive housing and upscale developments comparable to Greystone. So when we first broke ground on it, we recognized that there would be a pent-up demand of people that love this parish and love this part of the state that couldn't find adequate housing, and we made that available pretty quickly. But now with the growth that's going to continue over the next decade, we're in one heck of a good position to supply some of that need. Let me comment briefly on the economics of a development like this in a parish growing as this parish is growing. When we first started our efforts to finance Greystone, we worked with local prominent bankers in Baton Rouge and in Denham Springs and in some surrounding parishes, and most of them felt that we would be fortunate to sell small home sites for $50,000 and capture $120, $130 a square foot cost for a completed home. Because Livingston has been the seat of such prominent growth and prosperity going forward, our home sites out of Greystone sell for as high as any home sites in Baton Rouge. They sell for $170, $200 a square foot, and even more in some cases. So I think that's a strong indication of the fact that people have confidence in the value of living in Livingston Parish and investing in Livingston Parish.
When you look at Carter Plantation's on the other side of the parish, but such a beautiful golf course. That too is a retirement center. You look at the convention center that they have there, some added attractions there that really is kind of a hidden secret in the parish, but Carter Plantation is one of the greatest spots in the parish as well.
Carter Plantation is part of the original 1804 Spanish land grant. The family that the current owners bought it from purchased it in 1850. It had been in the same family since that time, and to this day it's still on the National Historic Register of Historic Places. Well, currently Carter Plantation is 726 acres. You'll see the David Tom Signature Golf Course here, which occupies 168 acres of the property. In addition to that, we have 400 home sites, 200 of which are sold, and there's another 195 available for sale. In fact, there are 74 that are on the water that give you access to the Blood River and Tick Fall River. We're about 15 minutes from there, and less than an hour to Manchac. The waterfront really creates a whole different lifestyle opportunity for people who live here. Many of our residents have boats, and even some of the lots that are not on the water have ability to be on the water by having boat slips available to them. The Livingston Parish Convention and Visitor Bureau is a good source for leads for us. They send interested parties to a Carter Plantation Sales Department, gives us an opportunity to call on them. They've organized press trips for the promotion of the parish, and it's generally been a very good relationship. They're strong supporters of Carter Plantation, and we really appreciate it.